let's now get through the official races of Stage 0. Since I have now done all of the out-to-run races, and there are no more opponents on the map for me to race, I've now got up to $3,000 in my pocket, and now we are going to get started with the actual races now. And where I will begin this by getting started with the Street Cross. This will be the first of many races which I do here in the career mode, and also the first of only 5 which I do here in Stage 1. There are no hidden races. All of the races in Stage 1 are very much visible races. And we get a message from Kirby. Here's how this race is going to work. I'm going to beat you real good, and then when you finally make it to the end, you wake me up from my nap so I can get paid. I'm sure I'll be plenty tired of waiting for you at the finish line. Deal? Deal.
Yo, listen here. You're about to be fully felt by the Street Cross. This is the hottest new kick slam in the race world. These here tracks are tight. There's very little room to bend the curves, so make sure your ride's dialed in right. Do whatever it takes to get that other guy out of your grill, because the inside lane is where you want to be. The best line in and out of the turns is going to shave serious time off your run. So, tune it for quick sprints and tight slam down control. You know what I'm saying? Alright then, get out there and go savage, bro.
Basically, what Street Cross is in this game, it's basically a combination of circuit racing and drift racing, because, well, the Street Cross races that we are, in terms of the tracks that we're racing on, they're basically the drift tracks from the first NFS Underground. And in terms of our competition, we've got 2 Corollas and 1 Peugeot 106. Interesting. I'd also imagine this is not going to be too hard to beat. Our first of 5 races here in Stage 0. I'll also be splitting this up into 2 parts because, well, I don't think I have enough time to go through all of them. I will simply just go through this race and the second race, and then I'll get on with the other 3 races another day, because, well, I do have places to be in a bit, and I don't want to waste much more of my time by doing this. So, oh, that was easy. And it only took me 15 seconds to get a complete run. And I won in the end by 4 seconds over Phil. Mark was 3rd and Kirby was 4th. 300 rep points and 250 in the bank. And now what that means is... Actually no, I'm going to leave it until I'm done with the next one. Because the next one we have is a drag race. And basically, well, you know how a drag race works. So, yeah.
Hey, yo, man, I gotta hand it to you back there. That was nice. But here's a little tip for you now that you got your feet wet. You're gonna hear margin of victory a lot out here, because they don't care how you won, just by how much. The bigger the gap between you and the other guy when you cross the finish line, the better your rep.
Yeah, rep points, by the way, are important when it comes to the acquisition of sponsors in this game. And if we do sign with the right sponsors, then we can get 100% completion. So let's now get through the drag race. There will also be a tutorial video here for this one as well. What up, boy? Roll on in. Plenty of room for suckers thinking they can drag with us. I like my banking crispy big bills. Have them ready for me. Whatever you say, Stefan. Although I'm pretty sure this will be vice versa. Okay, let's go.
Hey, Yo, man, street drag is the influence behind everything we got. Check it like this. The RPM is the key to getting ahead of the competition. Launch at the right time and rocket into the lead with speed. But if you're slow about it, you'll end up at the back of the pack. Launch is followed by shift, so it's next. It's the daddy of success, so hit it up at the perfect shift point for max power. Now remember, if you slam it too soon or too late, you'll be coming in last. If the other guy gets past you, just chill and slide into his slipstream and sit in his draft. Gain precious speed and then make your move to bounce right on by. This is gonna be big, dog. You ready? Good. Go out there and prove yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Tommy. I'm pretty sure if I can manage to nail the launch and get all my shifts right, I basically will nail this, hopefully. We do also get a tutorial video for drifting as well. So we got a Corolla, a Focus. I didn't see what the other car was. Oh well. A little over there on the launch, but still able to get out into the lead. Oh, it's a 106. Okay, well, at least I'm nailing the shifts, which is one thing that is good for now. The only thing I need to do now is make sure that I stay there, and make sure that whoever's behind me does not get past me. I'm gonna force him into a car, and there we go. I win. I really had to force him into the car there to beat him, but I am glad to say I did beat him. Well, at least I can say he didn't DNF, which is a good thing. So, I won in the end by 1.1 seconds over Ryan. David was third, and it was Stefan who came home fourth. 200 reputation points, and now I'm going to get myself a replay. Yeah, I think if I didn't force that Corolla into the back of that car, then I'm pretty sure I would have lost this race. Because he was literally hot on my heels. And I'm pretty sure he would have had me if I didn't block. I basically had no other choice but to stand my guard if I was going to beat him. I mean, yeah, it may not be the popular decision in the motorsports racing world for me to put one guy in that position for that long, but again, this is not motor racing, this is street racing, and basically it was the only option I really had, so I don't always do it I don't normally do it intentionally unless I absolutely have to, or unless it's the only way to do it, but a lot of the time, if it's in the normal racing world, I don't tend to do it. And we've now unlocked some window tints. Alright, good. So we now have just 3 races left. And I think for this part of the video, I've got time for one more race. And then I'm gonna call it. So yeah. Okay. So we're now 3% complete with the game. I've only done 2 races here in stage 1 so far. We've gathered up everything else, and the only other thing that we need to do now is win our other 3 races. However, before then, I'm going to do this for this part of the video, and then I will do the other 2 races for the next part of the video. So this is from Frank. You heard? To all you out there reading in sprints, you know the drill. Bank equals SMS route, so don't delay and commit. There is also a mobile company in America that ironically is called Sprint. At least I'm pretty sure it's a major mobile network in America. Well, that aside from AT&T. I know bits and bobs about America when it comes to their mobile companies, or mobile companies. At least when it comes to their cell phone data. Alright, so we've got 2 Corollas. I couldn't quite see what the other one was. I'm gonna guess it was a Focus, but I'm probably wrong with that guesstimation. But either way, it doesn't matter. And going to take this shortcut here because I know this shortcut could be important for me to gain some time on my competition, and that's precisely what I do. I also get a little bit of oversteer there off the corner, but that's okay because I rejoin out in the lead and I rejoin with a big lead. So we're now halfway there through the Stage 1 sprint race, and now I simply just have to make sure that everything comes to me, basically. And I am now pulling away from the competition behind. I was pretty sure in terms of the opponents I saw 2 Toyota Corollas. I couldn't tell who the third guy was. But either way, it doesn't matter. I come off the final corner and I cross the line in just over 2 minutes. And I won in the end by 8 seconds over John. Russell was 3rd and Frank was 4th. Oh, it was an MX-5. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, so I'm going to save the game here now because I don't think there's enough time for me to get through the other 2 races for this part of the video. And also because, well, I of course need to give myself a few minutes worth of time because, well, it will help me to stay calm. Or at least try to. But yes. So, 3 races down and still 2 to go. And I will continue with this another day for the second part of what I think is episode 5 of this game. Alright, let's continue. It's now another day. I have a bit more time now to get through the last 2 races of Stage 1. We've done our street cross race, the drag race, and the sprint race, and now we are moving on to the circuit race. And where this message is coming from Dave. Alright, looks like we've got a taker. If your bank is good, then roll up to the line. We've been known to take on some charity cases occasionally, and it looks like you'll fit the bill just fine. Yeah. So here we go. Alright, so we've got a Vauxhall Corsa, a Focus, and a Corolla as our competition here. Okay, not quite the head start this time around, but either way, it doesn't matter because, well, I've got no upgrades on this thing and... Ah, you cheeky bastard! Yeah, I got fucked. He very nearly spun me around. Whoever was in that focus. I think it was Greg who was in the focus. He literally attempted to spin me round, but I am glad to say he didn't. And even though I probably would have won this race, in spite of all the accidents I had at the end of the race, I simply decided, well, I was not satisfied with the way the race was going to finish, and because I know I would not have got that many rap points following the finish of the race, I decided it would simply be easier for me to just restart. And restart is basically what I chose to do because, well, I was simply dissatisfied with the way this race looked like it was going to end. Huh, I've actually still got acceleration in third gear, even though I'm pretty sure that's a second gear corner. No, I guess it must just be a natural thing to roll around low speed corners in this car, probably in third gear, as long as it's over 40 miles per hour. I think that's what the case is. But anyway. I now have a 10-second lead. I guess that must be because I'm not crashing anywhere near as much as I was before. Or it's because I'm simply just managing to avoid being the wreck-causing magnet. But anyway, I am now pulling away from Greg behind me, who I think is the guy in the focus. I don't know if that either is or isn't him, but if it is, then well, I'm glad to say he will not beat me this time. Anyways. 3 minutes and 19 seconds, and yep, Greg was the guy in that Ford Focus who very nearly spun me out earlier on. Oh yeah, I just remembered, the replay I got was from the drag race. Yeah, that's the replay I seem to remember. Anyways, another race is done. I just had to think to myself, did I capture a replay? And I suddenly just remembered I did because, well, I got the replay recorded for the drag race as my thumbnail. And we've now unlocked some exhaust tips. Alright, one race left. And that is all the way down there. So that is where we are heading. And avoiding both of these taxis. And now heading down the hill. And all the way over here. From Neil. Hey dude, it's going down at the head of the line on the next drift. Small investment to get some serious hype. What do you say? I say bring it on. I'm also pretty sure we're gonna get another cutscene here, so I'm gonna mute myself.
check this. The drift is all about style and control. Remember these 3 words: speed, steering, and handbrake, because they all play a factor in setting up those sweet moves that are gonna get you racking in some heavy points. Make sure you don't go crazy with the brakes, because the faster you go, combined with the more slides you hit, the higher your score is gonna be. Now this score will dictate the multiplier you're gonna get. This multiplier will affect the score of your next drift, so make sure it's high. After you get all them details working together, you gotta start blending drifts into one another. Mesh your drifts into one long seamless slide, and the scoreboard will light up something hard. Now if you think you're wired-tight, it's time to go B-I-G big. Try hanging your rubber into the shoulder for bonus points. The more tires you slide through the lanes, the faster you rack up that score. Just remember to stay off the walls, or you lose all your points for that set. So bro, let's get down to some business and heat up them streets.
Thank you, Tommy. Maybe I will manage to heat up these streets. Providing, of course, the streets don't heat me up first. Although they probably will eventually. But anyway. Okay. Oh, and we've got the same lineup as before, I think. Oh wait, hold on. I just remembered there was a Corolla in this race instead of a second 106. I just remembered that's the car I'm thinking of. Well, anyway. Let's see how we go. As I'm now already double the points of my second placed rival, and at the moment I'm not doing too badly because I am stacking up these points, which is precisely what I want to be doing here, because it means I can afford to go beat crazy. I'm also pretty sure that's the name of an Initial D song. Yeah, I'll go along with this. So, just under 29,000 points over Jason, Rob third, and it was Neil who came home fourth. Yeah, 300 rep points, baby. I'm also pretty sure we're gonna get another cutscene now because, well, we'll get something from Rachel. I'm pretty sure we will. Okay, well, I'm gonna mute myself again.
Hey man, you're raising some serious hype out there. Looks like a couple of companies want to represent you. That means you qualify for the underground racing league I told you about. No traffic, no streets, just pure driving. All of it takes place on a controlled private course. Now since you've set up shop with me, I'm gonna act as your agent. I'll take a cut off the top in return for letting you know what's worth looking at.
I should also mention we have now unlocked Beacon Hill as a result of this. And basically what that means is, well, we now get to move on to stage 2. And I think it's also at some point in stage 2 where we eventually get down to doing the SUV races. However, that will not be occurring too soon because, well, there's a bunch of other races I need to do first before we get down to that. But anyway. Pretty sure we'll get a message from Rachel here. Dude, the scanner chatter says the roads to Beacon Hill are now open. I guarantee the racing in the area is going to be hopping soon. You might want to head up there and try your luck. Maybe I will, Rachel, maybe I will. Okay, well, anyway. So, we've now unlocked stage 2, and I'd imagine most of these are going to be multiple races. I'd say each of them at least have 3 races. Well, barring the visible drag race, of course, but anyways. So we are now 4% complete with the game, 8 wins in 8 starts, and I've now got 4 grand in my pocket. And next time we will begin stage 2 of this game. And with that, I will see you all in the next episode.
No one can rise, I need speed when I'm racing that strip. I got the bullet in the chip, you call like something to strip,